All right, welcome to another episode of Dad's Book Lab. I'm going to start on the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds set. This one's 2,660 pieces. Probably going to split this one into a few videos just because I don't want to bore you guys too much with one super long one. So I'll probably drop it down into a couple videos and show the progress along the way. All right, let's get started. All right. All right. Okay, keep going here. Whole lot of books. All right. Go ahead and sort the bags out here. All right. Well, found bag one finally. All right. So I got bags 1, 2, and 3 here. See how far I get. Probably be about as far as I go today with these. Set those off to the side. Now let's get out the books. All right. So instructions, there's 2 books. Both of them pretty thick here. Gonna be a pretty good set. Should be fun. Go ahead and get started on this one. All right. Let's start with book 1, tag 1. All right. Let me know if any of you guys have put either of this one together yet, or if you guys think of it. You know, I'm a fan of the Harry Potter Legos, fan of the movies, so it'll be fun for me. All right. Looks like we start with one of the flat plates. A couple smooth ones. All right. Like we start with the short one. And long. We have a 1x2 wedge in the corner, and then a 1x1 block next to it. And the tan flat plates. It's like a 4x6, 2x4, and a 90. So, where we're at so far. All right, so off of that, looks like we got some little smooth plates that go on top of it and single stud plates. So we start out with 1x2 with a single stud, and then another one. Looks like there's 7 of those total. All right, so there's the 7 of those with the single studs. Now we need a 90. And then a 2 1x1s. and a 1x2. All right. Now I need the square flat plate. Locks in on there also. All right. Now we need a 1x4 or 1x3 block. 1x3, 1x4. 1x4 is going to go down here. 1x3. And two 1x1 plates in gray. These will go together. Then all straight. All right. 1x1 smooth plate in the tan. And go right out here. And then 1x2 single stud and a wedge. And one round 1x1 yellow pin on top of that. All right. Another 1x4 plate and a 1x1 or 1x2 90 here. All right, 90 is going to go there. 1x4 there. Got another yellow 1x1 pin down here on the back. All right. Need a 1x1 block and a 1x2 block. There's the 1x2. 1x1 is going to go on top of that. It's going to make kind of a step pattern. Go on top of the 1x4. Then we need a 1x2, little wedge here. And then a 1x1 with the upward 90. All right, we need one more of those. Right here next to it. And another 91 by plate. And then need an arch and a cone. We got the arch. And then we need a 1x1 cone. There it is in the dark gray. And then another one of these smooth blocks. There we go. Moving right along. All right. We have the other flat plate that came in the box in this pack here. All right. 2x4, 1x4, and then a 1x1 block with the clip on it. 1x4, 1x1, and then the 2x4. And then 1x1 over here. And 1x2 has got the slight upward arch on it. Over on the other side there. Need another 1x4 and then a 1x2 with the up. There's the up and 1x4. With the 1x4. All right, moving right along with this set. Looks like there might be one minifig mixed in here. Looks like one of the ghosts. See some of the little parts here. We'll see how all that goes together when we find it in the steps here. All right, got a little leaf part here. A couple of kind of two thorns. Like one going down on there. Another one going up on the next one. All right, this is going to attach over this opening here, like so. We need one of the tan arch. It's going to go on top of that yellow stud. Two 1x1 tan rounds. One on there. One right at the end of that arch. And then a 1x3, 2x3 wedge. There we go. Go over on that side like so. All right. Two 90 gray blocks. 2x2 block. And a 1x2 plate. All right, 1x2 plate. Start with that one. And then 190. And the 1x2. And then the other 90. All set. Right. Two more 90s. Another 1x1 block. And then a 1x2 with a single stud and a wedge. 1x1 is going to go on that wedge. Up there. The 90s. Right there. All right. Moving along pretty quick on this one, actually. I'm pretty excited about this set. I'm a Harry Potter fan. I think the set's pretty cool. Hopefully you guys enjoy the movies, enjoy watching me do these sets too, and get excited. Let me know what some of your guys' favorites are, and drop me a comment and show me some of your favorite stuff. All right. We need two of these. Yeah. I got one. And then two. And then one green block. All right. Another one of these. One of the wedges. Two 1x2 green plates. On top of that. And this is going to clip on down inside there. All right, coming off of that, 1x2 plate. A 1x3 up angled wedge. And then another 1x2. Yeah, 2x2. And then a 1x3 plate. It's going to go on top of those, lock all that together. There we go. All right. So, kind of interesting. It's got a little bit of information here on it. So, this little section here that we put together with the leaves and the little thorns coming up off of it. That's the devil snare from the devil snare keeps intruders from reaching the secret hiding place of the sorcerer's stone. It thrives in dampness and darkness. If you get stuck, stay calm and open your curtains to let the sun in. So it's kind of cool. It's got a little bit of information on each one, different sections of it. And it's nice because this set's got kind of little scenes from a lot of the different movies in it. So it's kind of fun. All right, moving on. Another 1x4, 1x3, and then a 1x1. Clip on it again. Get the 1x4 first. And then 1x1, and then 1x3. Okay. A couple flat plates, two of the blue clear ones, and one of the gray ones. Got a clear blue, and a gray, and then another clear blue. All right. two 2x2 gray plates, 1x2 block, 2x2 with a single stud in the center, and then another 1x1 with a clip on it. Looks like we start out putting the two gray 2x2 plates together, then the light gray with the single stud, and then the 1x1 is going to go on top, but it goes on there. So it looks like when it goes on, play like that, the hook is turned, so it's at a 90, or at a 45 on top of the plate there. And the 1x2 goes beside it, locks all that in. All right, two of the dark gray 1x6s. Nope, looks like I should have kept the space there. Nice. This one came with a brick separator, which is always nice to get. Helps out, especially on some of the sets like this, where when you get a piece stuck on there the wrong way, that you can take it back out. All right. Okay. We got those back together now. Now I need two little snakes. These go into the clip on the bottom on the baseboard here. Let's see. So get that back one in. It might be easier to do this with that plate out of the way. Okay. There we go. Get the snake on the other side here. All right. So it looks like I'm guessing this was probably Chamber of Secrets with the two snakes on the front like that. Now we need a 2x3 lock in there. Nice. All right. Two gray 1x1 studs. One in the corner. And then the other one, like 4 spaces over here. Now we need some more of the clear blue plates. Go on here behind. There we go. On there. There. And last one. All right, so we got those clear blue ones locked in on there. Now I need the two black half round pieces here and the orange 1x2s. 1x2s are going to go out here on the outside edge. And those flip onto those 1x6 dark gray ones that stuck out there. All right, so that's where the little minifig head comes in. We need a 2x3 block with a 1x2 plate. We need the little half round with the single stud on it. And we need the beard, minifig head. So this is the statue of Salazar Slytherin down in the Chamber of Secrets. And then the hair up on top of it. It'll be like so. I'll get you a little better close up on that here in a few minutes. All right. This locks in on the back here. Oh, I missed this step. Or... All right. That goes on like so. We need two 1x1s in the dark gray again. These are going to go on the orange 1x2s. One on each side. And we need the light gray 1x6 plate across the back, connecting all those together. Two more of the clear blue plates. These go on here. Looks like you slide them in until they meet up with the beard on the statue's face. Covers part of that hole up a little bit in the center there. And two 1x1 plates will go in here next to it, filling the last little spaces. Yep. I need two more 1x4 plates. There we go. That's it. Moving on to the next page. Moving right along with this one. It's coming along pretty nice. Okay, now we need two of the 1x3s. And then a 1x6 with an arch right here across the front. Need one of these, the longer one, 2, 4, 6, 8. So we got a 1x10, 1x8, 1x3, all in the light gray, and then one 1x1 in green. It looks like we need the 1x10 first, then the 1x3. Then we need the green 1x1. There we go. And the 1x8 and go across the back. Like so. And pick the snake, the basilisk, put it on, then on the front here. Like so. Now we got the chamber from the Sorcerer's Stone. And we got the Chamber of Secrets. Let's see. Final Act of Defiance. Salazar Slytherins constructed the Chamber of Secrets. A huge basilisk was bewitched to honor his true heir and bring ruthless destruction upon the Muggleborn. Kind of cool. It's got these little information spots in here. All right. So that is it for bag one. And we're going to move on. Well, let's see. We're about 20 so minutes in, so we'll keep going here. It'll be bag two. I'm going to try and keep this one to under an hour, so maybe 3 bags. And then we'll pick back up on it tomorrow with bag 4 and a few more after that. This being looks like 20 some bags total. Probably going to be a few videos, so hopefully you guys stick with me on it and it doesn't get too boring for everybody. Yeah. If anybody has suggestions on if you'd rather see some of these videos in like a short reel or anything like that instead of the full long detailed stuff, let me know. I might do a few of them that way. I kind of like doing this, just take the time, have some fun. Hopefully you guys stick around for the journey with me. So, all right, so we got bag 2 open. So we need 7 of these gray pins. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these are all going to go in the 1x2. There's a little bit of a bend there. There we go. And the 1x2 plates that had the single stud. So one of these pins into each stud. There you go. All right. Got those on. Now in the corner here, looks like we got one of the 2 high wedge blocks. Go on the studs there. And then a 1x2 with the reverse edge on it. On top. Going up that way. All right. 1x2 clear block here. And a 1x3 or a 2x3 white block and a 2x2 flat plate. Let's see. Okay. Back to it. And we're going to keep going back to here. All right. So I got all the pins in. Got my 2x3, my 2x2 plate on. And I need the 1x2 that's too tall with the wedge on it. There we go. And then a 1x2 with the upward angle. And it's going to make a 90 on there. There it is. Let's make a 90. Making the corner there. All right. 1x2 clear. Back here, we got the 1x2 clear going on there. And we have a 1x2 tan plate, 2 pins behind it. All right, now I need a 1x1 that's too high. It's got 2 pins on one side. And 1x2 plate. And a brown 2x2 with the 2 studs on it. And then a smooth 1x1 on that. There we go. I'm going to clip on right here next to that blue plate. And then in that corner there, we're going to have a 1x1 smooth plate also. All right, going back off of that, another 1x2 gray and a smooth tan 1x2. Yep. Now I need a 2x2 block. I need a 1x1 gray and another 2x2 in the blue. All right. And another 1x2 in the blue. Another 1x2 in the light gray. On the light gray, it's going to take a round smooth stud. I'm going to go on that also. And then we need 2 1x2 flat plates. I'm going to stack those on top of each other. Pop that 2x2 there. Find me one more of those 1x2 plates. There's a smooth. All right, where is my other one? There it is. Okay, another 1x2 plate. There's 1x2 blue, 1x2 gray. And then this flat plate goes on top. Across here, we're gonna have a 1x6 and a 1x4. I'm gonna lock those together like so. Now this completes the winged key room that was Professor Flitwick's clever construction as one of the obstacles the Hogwarts staff designed to protect the secret hiding place of the Sorcerer's Stone. So that's pretty cool with the winged key room there. All right, moving on to the next part. We have the 6x6 plate. I'm going to take 2x2 tan, 2x6 tan, sorry. And leave 2 hanging out over it. 2x2 blue, 1 yellow 1x1 pin there, and then a 2x6 gray. And then this is going to attach onto the back here. And then another clear 1x8 along that outside edge. Okay, now we need the 2 wall sections here. Smooth side facing towards you there. And then we need a 1x2 that's too high. Goes on the inside. All right. And we got those on there. And then a smooth gray 90, smooth 1x2. 1x2 goes, 90 goes there. We need a yellow, single yellow. 1x6 locks the walls together. And then here on these 2 steps here, we need a 2x3 with the wedge, and then a 2x2 upward wedge. And that completes that step. And we got the plates on top. We got this one on here already. And we got the plate that goes over the winged key room. Then we start making the chessboard for the room here. This is for when they went through and played wizard chess and all that going. So we're going to alternate. Outside rows are going to be 1x1s with studs, black, white, black, white on both sides, and then the center is going to be smooth 1x1s. We'll go ahead and get going on that. Just make sure you alternate all the way through. Make sure you get your pieces straight. Try to line all my pieces up so they aren't all crooked. Do it after each row, because once you get in there, when you get the next row on, you can't smooth them back out like that. All right. Next row of the smooth pieces. Straighten those out. All right, and then the last row, with the studs. All right, got those on there. I'm gonna make sure those are straight. Now we're all set. We got the checkerboard going here. Now on one side we're gonna have the outside corners. There's gonna be 1x1 round studs, black on one side, white on the other, and then 1x1 round studs with the skinny pin on top on the center. So alternate black pieces on one side, white pieces on the other, just like you do in regular chess. And this will clip on down in here with the white pieces on this side over here. I need some smooth tans. We need a 90 and then a 1x2. There we go. We need a 1x1 block, a 1x2 block, another 1x1, then a 1x3 that has a small arch in the center. And it's going to make our doorway coming out of that room. And that completes that. So the chessboard chamber was another obstacle protecting the Sorcerer's Stone, one that required strategic skills, bravery, and sacrifice. Ron fully deserved the 50 points he got for orchestrating this epic game. So, got our chessboard room here. Keep moving along. Need another one of the 4x10 plates here. Need a 1x2 orange. Skip 2 studs. Do a 2x2 blue. And on top of that, we need 2 round 1x1 eggs and 2 1x4 tans clipped together. We need the 2x6 in the center there. So we need 2 more of the 1x2 oranges. One on top of the yellow pin there, one on the other opposite corner. And a red 1x3. And coming off this part, we need the fuchsia colored 1x6. Got a tan, or gray 1x3, 2x3, and then a red 1x3, and then a smooth 1x2 plate. I'll finish that off. Need the 1x6 grape. Now we're going to attach that on. The opening here between the red and the gray will go right around that yellow stud that's already on there. Flips down. On top of that, we need 2 of these tan 2x2 plates that have 2 studs on one side and smooth on the other. Go across there, knocking that in. And we need the 1x1 block curved on one side, got a stud on the other, and a stud on top. And then a tan 1x1 block attaches to it. And then a yellow 1x1 that's got the kind of point flame shape coming off of one side. And then a 1x1 tan plate on the end of it. This is going to go down in that slot and attach onto that yellow stud down inside here. And then around that, we're going to take the other 2x2, 1x2, that are too tall with the 4 studs on them. We need 2 of those. We're going to put the 1x2 grills, slotted pieces, 2 of them on each, going up and down. And those are going to go on those smooth plates. There we go. And we need 3 of the 1x2 smooth tan plates. Those are going to go down in here, finish the floor this way around this side here. Now we need 4x1 tan block. Got the little hook coming off the side, and one of the little flame pieces and attach into it. Let's get that on there. It's going to attach in the center stud here with the flame pointed in. And we need a 90 gray block, and a 2x2 gray block. On top of that, need another 1x2, 2x2, and then a 1x2, and then a 1x2 green plate. All right, so that finishes up that room there, the room with the mirror Aeroside. That was the last step in the Chamber of Secrets to get the Sorcerer's Stone. All right, so on top of that, now we're going to put a plate across it. This is a 4x6 plate. There we go. And building up off of that plate, need two 2x2 with the upward angle and one 2x3 with the upward angle. 1x3, 2x3, 2x2, the other 2x2, and then a 2x3 block connecting in there. Now we're going to attach the ceiling part on that, which is a 4x8 plate. We're going to attach our black 4x10 plate there, and then our smooth black 1x10 around the outside edge again. Okay, 1x2 orange, 1x4 brown, and our last gray 4x6 plate. And attach on top of that. And that finishes bag number 2. Now we've got the first movie, the path to the Chamber of Secrets, or to the Sorcerer's Stone. And then we have the Chamber of Secrets over on this side. Moving on. All right. We're going to do one more bag here, and then probably call it quits for the night, and start back up on this tomorrow. So we'll knock out bag 3 here. And I'll keep moving on. All right. Grab bag 3 out of the pile. Get a drink real quick here. All right. Get bag 3 opened up. Looks like we do have a few little extra pieces left over, which is normal. Usually they're all 1x1 pieces. We usually don't get any big ones left over. So if you end up with some big pieces left over, go back and double check your instructions. Make sure you don't miss a step. All right. Get my plates out of here real quick. All right. Couple little bags in here. I like these paper bags a lot better than I do the plastic ones. I just think that a little more environmentally friendly than the plastic. But all right, starting with our next step, we need one of our black plates. Set that there. A couple of the smooth 1x10s. And attach one there. And the other one's going to go on the end, going out this way, and then connect with the 1x6 in between. That completes that section. So there's one end of the side here. All right, now I need a 2x4 and tan and a 2x1 and tan. And there and there. And two 1x2 clear blues. 1 and 2. All right, let's take another one of our plates here. Attach it on. So it wraps around the corner there. And I need one of our long 2x8 tan pieces. And we'll connect across here, which will attach all that and help hold the other side together. Looks like we need some clear blue ones. We got a 1x4 and a 1x2. Whoop. Dipped step. Pop that 1x4 off there. Move that over. We need a 1x2 tan in there first. All right, then we need another 1x4. And then 3 1x2s. We're on 1. And then 2. All right. Moving along. Now we need some gray. And a gray 4x4 plate. White 1x6. We need these 1x3 angled ones. Looks like we need 2 of them. They are going opposite directions. You'll attach on here so it gives you the arrow pointing in like so. All right, the last black plate out of there and the last smooth 2x10. And we need a few of the clear. I need a 1x4. I have 1 sticking out. 1x2, I'll have 1 sticking out the other direction. We need the clear 1x2 with the studs. And a 1x1 in the clear blue. Just a 1x1. Another 1x2. And then a 2x4 tan plate. 2x3 tan plate. And then a 1x2. 2 more of the clear 1x2s. These are going to stick out. Those clear blue ones will be sticking out like so. And then we're going to take a 4x4 tan plate and attach that on where it's 2 studs hanging over the side. And then a 2x4. And I'll have 1 stud, 1 row sticking out. And then a yellow 1x3. Connecting across like so. Now our 4x6 tan plate. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to cover all the way across that 2x4. And then on that 1 row there. Now we need another angled 1x1. Get a 2x3. And a 1x3 angled there. Which will continue up like so. And a 1x2. And finishing off on the end here, we need a smooth 1x1 quarter circle. So a rounded edge on it. And we're going to attach this onto the other plate. So a smooth black one, and a clear blue, and we'll attach down on there. The rest of it will stick out like so. All right, so moving back on here, need a 2x3 with the wedge, and 2 1x3 plates. We'll clip on top of that. I'm just going to attach right there on the end of the Chamber of Secrets. And then the other 1x2, this one is 3 tall. And 1x1 green. And 2x3 tan. All right. Now, moving on, 2x2 in the light blue, 1x4 in the dark blue, and a 1x4 in the dark blue, and a 1x2 in the orange. 2x2, go there. 1x4, and 1x2. All right, you're gonna need two 1x2 grays, and three 1x2 grays that have single stud and an angle going down. Yep. So the 2x2s, or 1x2s, attach like so. Get our angle ones. There. There. And there. All right. So far, pretty fun set. I'm enjoying this. 2x2 gray block. And go there. Another long. Looks like a 1x10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 red one here. Attach. Two 1x1s. And one here. Pick one block. The other one. We need a green 1x2. The upward angle. Need it. All right. One more of those 1x2s with the downward angle. I'm going to attach there. I need two of these 2x2s that are too tall with the downward angle on. We need a 1x1 little wedge piece. Down here on the end. Like so. All right. Last three of these green 1x2s with the upward angle to 1x1 lighter green blocks. And one of the 1x2 is 3 tall with the angle on it. The two greens are going to attach onto each other. Oop, there, my bad. We have one stud in. The other one I'm going to put behind that tall wedge piece. There we go. Now our green pieces. Skip one. Skip one. Skip one. All three of those like so. We need a 1x3 plate, or 2x3 plate, and a 1x2 plate. 1x2 will be there. 2x3 gonna go there. And then locks all that in together nice and tight. Now we're going to continue building up across this. So, we need a 2x2 with the upward angle, which is right here. And a 1x3 with an upward angle. And a 1x3 plate behind them. Like so. Right, moving on. Need 3 of the 1x2s with a little bit of upward angle on them. One 1x2 that's too tall. And one 1x2 block. So, starting on the inside of this first green 1x1, or 1x2 block. with the angle, and then the straight 1x2 block next to it. We got our two tall one, gonna fit in there. On there. One back there. All right. We need a 1x3 yellow. Go on these green studs. And then a 1x1 round yellow one there. A 1x1 round yellow one over here. And a 1x2 block. All right. Two of these 1x8 plates. We're going to attach across the front. And this one we're going to go right off the end of that. In that direction. Now we need two of the smooth 90 plates. And one pink round 1x1. That's there. All right, now we're going to cover that up. Long plate and two 2x3. Put the long plate on first. And then on the inside here, get our 2x3 plates. Right. Now I need some of these kind of army green colors here. Need two 1x2 wedges. Attach there. Got a two tall one that's going to attach. You know, one of these little arch ones. And two of the little cheese wedges. The one's going to go up on top here. Oh, looks like there's one. The other one's already on there. That was from an earlier step. Okay. Moving along. Get some more of these green ones. And I have one there. And one of the two tall ones. And then a 1x2 block. And we need a 1x2 gray with the upward angle. And a 1x1 gray plate that's going to attach to it. And go in the little slot across there. Now, moving along, one of the three tall gray ones. On the top of that, we're going to put on one of the quarter circle green smooth plates. And you want 1x2s. We're moving right along. This set's actually, I'm only on bag 3 of 20 something, but it's looking good and it's going together quick for me. So, all right, one more green wedge. We need 1x2 gray and a 1x1 smooth plate on one stud there. Attach that on. All right, next 2x2 goes there. 1x2 is too tall. 1x3, one tall. There we go. And this little slot here, we're going to have one more of the green wedges. Now we need a 90 gray block. 90 wedge. Or, sorry, 1x2 gray wedge. And then two of the orange 1x2 blocks. All right. 1x3 plate. Another 1x2 wedge. and a 1x1 green stud. Green stud's going to go on the back here, on the back of that dark green wedge. And the gray wedge is going to go in front of that. And the 1x3 plate is going to go next to it. All the way out like so. All right, last step for this bag. Need the orange 1x2, which is going to attach right there. So on top of that, we're going to have the 1x3 gray wedge, and then the 1x3 green wedge. And a 1x1 gray. And on top of the orange, like so. There we go. That's it. We're done with bag 3. We're at just under an hour, so we're going to call it right there for today. I'm going to box the rest of this back up, and we will continue with this tomorrow and moving on to the next few bags. Hope you guys all enjoyed this so far. Hope you stick with it and watch some of the next parts. We can watch the finished product on it. Thanks for watching Dad's Brick Lab. If you look in the description down at the bottom, I will have a link to this set on Amazon if you're interested in purchasing it. It is an affiliate link, so I do get a little bit of profit from it if you do decide to purchase it through that link. But if you do, thank you for supporting the channel, and we will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.